Hey everyone, and welcome back to English 360 Podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm here with the one and only Mia.
Hey, Alex, and hey, all our listeners out there. It's so good to be back. I hope you're ready for another fun episode.
For real, this is going to be a good one. We're talking about something a lot of people are passionate about, video games. It's this massive global phenomenon, you know?
I know, right? I'm so stoked for this topic. I mean, gaming and learning English, a match made in heaven. My first introduction to gaming was, oh man, this is kind of embarrassing. I got a hand-me-down console, an old Nintendo, and I was obsessed with this one game, but I didn't know how to save my progress, so I'd just leave it on for days. My mom would come in and be like, Mia, what is going on with this television? And I'd be like, I can't turn it off, Mom. I'll lose everything.
No way. That's too funny. That's a classic gamer problem right there. You've got to commit. For me, it was always about the instructions. I was the kid who'd sit there and read the entire manual before I even put the cartridge in. My friends would be like, dude, let's just play. And I'd be like, hold on. I need to know the lore. I need to understand the control scheme.
See, that's your personality right there. You're a planner. I'm a jump in and figure it out person. And honestly, that's kind of how I learned English too, just diving in and making a ton of mistakes.
Me too. I mean, I'm a native speaker, but my first encounter with a different language in a game was wild. I got this Japanese RPG and all the dialogue was in Japanese. I had no idea what was happening. I just knew I had to go from point A to point B. I was pretty much just running around in circles.
That's hilarious. So you were basically just winging it.
Totally winging it. But I picked up some words, like arigato and konnichiwa. I didn't even know what they meant, but I knew when to say them. It was a weird, totally unstructured way to learn.
That's the beauty of it, though. It's a low-pressure way to learn. You're not in a classroom. You're in a world you want to explore. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. We're stepping into the world of our friend Finn, who finds himself in a video game where he has to use English to level up.
Think of it as an interactive language lesson, but with way more explosions and maybe some magic. We're going to break down some key scenes from Finn's game world and show you how to navigate different situations, from a bustling marketplace to a mysterious forest, all in English.
We'll cover everything from asking for directions to describing the crazy creatures you find in the woods. So whether you're a seasoned gamer or a total newbie, you're going to pick up some seriously useful phrases.
So get ready to grab your controller because we're about to go on an epic quest. We'll be right back after the break.
We're back, and as promised, we are officially in the world of Quest of the Ancients, the vintage game Finn found. He just started, and his first objective is to go to the marketplace to get some supplies.
Okay, so picture this. Finn walks into a bustling marketplace. It's a riot of colors and sounds. There are vendors shouting, "Fresh bread! Get your fresh bread here!" And potions for sale, mana potions, health potions.
Finn needs to buy two things, a health potion and a map. He sees a vendor with a sign that says, Potions and Scrolls.
Let's roleplay this. I'll be Finn. I'm a little nervous, so I'm just going to point at the bottle.
And I'm the vendor. I'd say, Welcome, traveler. What can I get for you?
This? He points.
Ah, a health potion. Good choice. That's 10 gold coins.
Okay, so even in this basic interaction, we can break it down. When you go into a store, a common phrase you'll hear is, "What can I get for you?" or "Can I help you?" It's a way for the cashier or vendor to ask what you want to buy.
Right. And Finn's response was simple. This? It's a great way to communicate when you don't know the word. But a better way to ask would be to say, How much is this? Or I'll take this.
Exactly. Let's try it again. I'm Finn, and I'm a little more confident this time.
Welcome, traveler. What can I get for you?
I'd like a health potion, please.
A health potion. Coming right up. That will be 10 gold coins.
See the difference? Adding "I'd like" makes it more polite. It's a go-to phrase for ordering in restaurants or buying things.
And what about the map? He needs a map.
He sees another vendor with a big rolled up paper. The vendor says, "Need a map to find your way? Maps for sale."
Finn needs to ask for the price. What would he say?
He asks, "How much is the map?"
That map, 20 gold coins.
Perfect. How much is one of the most useful phrases you can learn. It's direct, it's simple, and it's something you'll use all the time.
After buying the map, Finn's next quest is to find his way to the forest. He sees a guard standing at a crossroads.
Let's roleplay again. I'm the guard and you're Finn.
Excuse me, where is the forest?
The forest? Oh, it's straight ahead, past the tall statue.
So the key phrase here is, where is? It's how you ask for directions. You can use it to ask for a place, a person, anything. For example, where is the train station? Or where is my friend?
The guard says straight ahead, which is a very common way to give directions. It means to keep going in the same direction. He also says past the tall statue, which gives a landmark. Landmarks are super helpful when you're giving directions.
This is getting good. Finn now has his supplies and knows where to go. The next stage of his journey takes him deep into the forest.
So speaking of gaming and directions, this reminds me of a time I got totally lost in a game. I was playing this open world game and I had a quest to find a rare flower. The instructions said something like, go past the 3 crooked trees and head north.
Oh, no. That sounds like a nightmare.
It was. I spent hours just wandering around. Every tree looked crooked to me, and I had no idea what north was in the game world. I kept running into monsters and getting my butt kicked. Finally, I just gave up and started following the in-game roads. It was a disaster. I was so mad.
I can only imagine. That's such a frustrating feeling when you're just spinning your wheels. My game story is less about being lost and more about a hilarious communication breakdown. I was playing an online multiplayer game with some friends, and we were in a huge battle. There was this one guy on our team who only spoke Spanish, and we didn't know a word of it.
Oh boy, this is going to be good.
It was a mess. We were trying to tell him to attack a specific enemy, and we were just shouting things like, go, go, that one. He was shouting back at us in Spanish, and it just became the symphony of confusion. Finally, I just started pointing at the screen and saying, this, and he would just nod and start shooting at whatever I was pointing at.
That's amazing. So you were just using context and visuals to get your point across.
Exactly. It was a real-time lesson in nonverbal communication. It just goes to show you that even if you don't know the language, you can still figure things out. Sometimes a simple gesture is all you need.
It's true, and that's exactly what Finn is doing. He's learning the language because he has a goal, and he's using the context of the game to help him.
All right, so we've covered the basics of shopping and getting directions in Finn's game world. But what about when things get a little bit tricky? You know, when you're in a jam.
Exactly. A game isn't a game without some obstacles. So let's talk about some phrases that can help you when you're in a tough spot. The first one is a super common idiom, to be in a jam.
It just means you're in a difficult situation or you have a problem. Like if Finn runs out of health potions and a monster is chasing him, he's in a jam.
Totally. You can use this in everyday life too. For example, my car broke down on the highway, so I was really in a jam. Or, I forgot to study for my test, so now I'm in a jam. It's just a casual way of saying you're in a bad spot.
Another one that's perfect for gaming is to hit the jackpot. This is when Finn finally finds that rare treasure chest or defeats a really tough boss.
You got it. To hit the jackpot means to have a great success or a big stroke of luck. It comes from winning big on a slot machine. So if you find an awesome new sword of the game, you can say, wow, I really hit the jackpot with this.
You can use it in real life too. For example, I applied for a job
and the company offered me a huge salary. I really hit the jackpot. It's all about a big, unexpected win.
Now, here's one that ties back to our discussion about directions. When you're doing something correctly and making progress, you're on the right track.
This one is a great encouragement phrase. If Finn is following his map and gets to the forest without getting lost, he's on the right track.
You can use this for anything. Your pronunciation is so good, you're definitely on the right track to becoming fluent. Or, I've been working on my diet and I've lost 5 pounds. I think I'm on the right track. It's a way of saying you're doing things correctly and heading in the right direction.
And the opposite of that, which brings us back to your story, is to spin your wheels.
Oh man, I was definitely spinning my wheels when I was looking for those crooked trees. This phrase means to waste a lot of effort on something without making any real progress.
It's a great visual, right? Like a car stuck in the mud with its wheels just spinning and not going anywhere. You can say, I've been trying to fix this computer for hours, but I'm just spinning my wheels. Or, don't just sit there and spin your wheels. Ask for help.
These are the kind of phrases that really make you sound like a native speaker. They're not just words, they're concepts we use every day. So practice using them. Think about a time you were in a jam or when you hit the jackpot.
They're like cheat codes for your English. You just drop them into a conversation and suddenly you're fluent.
All right, so we've been on a wild ride with Finn, but now it's time to bring it home. Let's do a quick recap of what we covered today.
First, we talked about asking for things in a store. Remember, you can say, I'd like a item, please, or ask, how much is this? These are your go-to phrases for shopping.
And when you're looking for something, you can ask, where is? And when you get directions, listen for words like straight ahead and past the blank mark.
We also dove into some great idioms. Remember, if you're in a tough spot, you're in a jam. If you have a huge success, you hit the jackpot.
And when you're making good progress, you're on the right track. But if you're stuck and not getting anywhere, you're spinning your wheels.
Now, for your challenge. Think about a time you were in a jam and what you did to get out of it. Or maybe you hit the jackpot recently. Share your stories with us on social media using the hashtag English360GameWorld. We'd love to hear them.
We've had a blast today, and we hope you learned some useful stuff. Remember, learning a new language is like a video game. It takes practice, you'll make mistakes, but every time you level up, you'll feel like you hit the jackpot.
Exactly. So keep practicing, keep playing, and don't forget to get some more English into your life. We'll be back next time with another adventure.
Next time on English 360, we're heading to the big city. We'll talk about navigating a new city, ordering food at a fancy restaurant, and maybe even a few tips for talking to a stranger at a coffee shop. It's going to be a wild one, so be ready.
And maybe we can finally figure out how to get a coffee without getting lost.